You know, things were just fine here until you and Zubul came along. Nothing?
Jax, the funny rabbit man, is a murderer, bro. And listen, before you start getting like, yo, that's a bit of a stretch, bro. Like, that's a crazy claim. It's not really. Because this guy basically pushed all his friends to death. It's just like some type of involuntary manslaughter or something, bro. Like, he literally, unintentionally, sort of intentionally, pushed them all to die. He should be classified as a day one murderer, bro. He's a murderer, bro. He is the reason his entire gang got extracted. Because all he had to do was freaking talk to them. And honestly, they wasn't even asking for much, bro. Like, they was not asking for much. All they wanted to do was like, hey, are we still buddies? Are we still buddies? All they wanted was some confirmation. And this guy was out here acting like they freaking killed his dog or something. Like, dude, you didn't have to freaking share with us. You didn't have to share your information with us, dude. You didn't have to do that. But you chose to. And now you're pushing them away. Like, it makes no sense because you tell the girl, hey, blah, 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 I had to argue with my mom. Boom. And I low-key pushed her down the stairs or whatever. And she's like, okay, your secret's safe with me. And then he's like, oh no, I said too much. Now she's gonna tell everyone. She doesn't tell everyone. And he's still pushing her away. Like, dog, what do you want? What did she possibly do wrong there? Nothing. You're just mad for no reason. Hey man, you could have shut your mouth, bro. You didn't have to tell her anything, bro. You chose to, bro. You're an idiot. Why are you mad at her, bro? Oh my god. Did you want her to snitch on you, bro? What do you want? What do you want, bro? This is making no sense. And his entire thing with Kaufman, I'm like, what are you raging at him for? Wasn't he your gang like last Tuesday, bro? Like, what are you raging at him, bro? So he basically pushed everybody away to the point where they're like, oh my god, I have nobody. I literally by myself. And then they start stressing to the point of abstraction. And he's like, oh no, they're dead. And then he goes back to stay like, what do you call that? When you basically push somebody to the edge or they dead. That should be counted as murder, bro. Or something else, bro. And I know there's probably somebody out there that thinks, oh, the the masses don't understand Jax's character, and he's probably way deeper than we could see because, he doesn't like talking about his feelings and his trauma and all that. And, I'll side with you here. Like, yeah, but there's a fun part about life. You don't gotta do the things you don't want to do. He doesn't have to, he could go by his life and not talking about his trauma. But I'm just saying, you don't gotta be a
fat fucking chud.
You don't gotta do that. Like, that is completely optional. You gonna have trauma, but it doesn't give you the right to start being a little to everybody, bro. Like, it doesn't give you that right. Kick the rocks. That's what I've been saying in the last video. Kick the rocks and go home. Because nobody knows you like that. Nobody knows your story. So why are you taking out your sadness on other people? Is it if you don't want to look within, you don't get to start being a fucking cut. It's either you go and get some therapy or you sit your lame self down. And I actually found this video that I really love because they're telling the truth here.
I just feel like Jax's character in general is just not that deep or interesting. You know what I'm saying? We have seen so many characters that are mean because of some kind of trauma that they have. And I just feel like the Amazing Digital Circus doesn't put an interesting enough spin on it to justify all of the screen time that Jax is getting. And it's really funny because I personally feel like Jax was more interesting when, as far as we were concerned, the reason why he treated everybody so terribly was because he was like, well, this isn't real anyway, so why not? It's like, that's not the most sound logic in the world, but it does make sense why he would think that, I could see where he was coming from. But it's kind of the same thing as when you play, BitLife or something, and you just choose to be, the worst person ever. It's like, well, okay, the BitLife people aren't real, nobody is going to experience real consequences from what you're doing. I don't know, shafting the other characters in favor of this archetype that we've seen time and time again, and it's very possible with the final episode that they could put an interesting spin on, the end of Jax's arc. I don't know, I'm not sure if they're going to do that.
Jax's nihilism towards everything kind of made the world more interesting. Really made you question, hey, what really matters here? What is really real? Is anything here even true or real or stuff like that? And that is what I think made him sort of interesting. I'm super cool with them applying or wanting to apply a deeper narrative to Jax, but dude, the way they went about it is just, I'm bored, and it's just making me cringe. It's just making me cringe because it's just, it's really no justification for his behavior, dude. Like, trauma or not, really, there's no justification. And he had all the cards were in his favor, bro. Cards were in his favor. He could have fixed everything. He really had everything in his ballpark to play it out. He just chose not to. And the thing that really just makes me just yawn is the fact that you could tell they wanted to have like some type of make you feel some type of pity for him, which I do feel bad for him, sort of, kind of, maybe. But he doesn't really ever get a redemption arc. You know, he does not have a redemption arc because you know he's dead. Yeah, he's just gone, so he's dead. So like, now that I know his backstory and he's dead, like, I don't actually give a damn about him. Like, oh, your mom was mean to you, your dad was mean to you. Hey man, GG's.